In a lush, green meadow surrounded by blooming flowers, there lived a curious and playful rabbit named Benny. Benny was known for being quick on his feet and for his endless appetite for clover, his favorite treat. However, Benny had a small problem. He rarely thought about anyone but himself. One sunny morning, Benny hopped around the meadow, searching for the perfect patch of clover. As he sniffed the ground, he overheard his friend, Daisy the squirrel, chattering. "Benny, you always rush off to eat. Why don't you stop and enjoy the meadow with us?" Benny twitched his nose. "I can't stop now, Daisy. I need to find the best clover before anyone else does." High above, a butterfly named Flutter noticed Benny's hurried hopping. Flutter, known for her gentle heart and wisdom, decided to follow him. After hopping for what felt like hours, Benny finally found the clover patch he had been dreaming of. The green leaves and delicate blossoms waved gently in the breeze, as if calling to him. But when Benny tried to hop closer, he stopped short. A dense patch of thorny bushes surrounded the clover, forming a prickly barrier. Benny's ears drooped. "How am I supposed to get past these thorns?" he muttered. Daisy, who had followed Benny, caught up and giggled. "Looks like you'll have to find another snack," Benny groaned. "There has to be a way." Flutter fluttered gracefully down from the sky, her colorful wings shimmering in the sunlight. "Perhaps I can help," she said in her soft, musical voice. Benny looked up in surprise. "How can you help? You're so small." Flutter smiled. "Sometimes the smallest creatures can make the biggest difference. Watch and see." Flutter flew over the thorny bushes, her keen eyes scanning for a solution. Spotting a narrow opening, she landed and called to Benny. "There's a path here, but it's tricky. I'll guide you." Benny hesitated. The opening was small, and the thorny branches seemed to reach out like claws, but his longing for the clover was stronger than his fear. "All right, Flutter, lead the way." Flutter flew ahead, carefully pointing out safe spots where Benny could hop. "Step lightly here," she said, flapping her wings over a thorn-free patch. Daisy decided to help too. "I'll push these branches aside with my tail," she said, swishing her bushy tail to clear the way. With Flutter's guidance and Daisy's help, Benny slowly made his way through the thorns. It was hard work, and he stumbled more than once, but each time he fell, Flutter and Daisy encouraged him to keep going. When Benny finally reached the clover patch, he couldn't believe his eyes. The clover was even more beautiful up close, and its sweet smell filled the air. Benny started to munch eagerly, but stopped when he noticed Flutter and Daisy watching him. "Thank you for helping me," Benny said, his mouth full of clover. "I couldn't have done it without you." Flutter smiled. "That's what friends are for, Benny. But remember, it's not just about taking, it's about sharing too." Benny thought for a moment, then plucked a handful of clover and offered it to Flutter and Daisy. "Here. You deserve this as much as I do." Daisy giggled as she nibbled on a leaf. "Now that's the Benny I like to see." From that day on, Benny's outlook began to change. He started to notice when others needed help and was quick to offer a paw. One afternoon, Benny saw Flutter struggling against a strong wind. Without hesitation, he hopped up and shielded her with his body until the wind passed. "Thank you, Benny," Flutter said, her wings steady again. "It's the least I can do," Benny replied with a smile. The meadow was never the same after that. Benny's new attitude spread among the animals, inspiring them to be more caring and considerate. And every time Benny visited the clover patch, he made sure to bring Flutter and Daisy along, proving that the sweetest treats are even better when shared with friends.